Kok semuanya dibuka?
Ya biar kelihatan.
Kan nih lepas ya. Iya kan? Iya, makanya satu-satu dong. Nanti di crop gabungin terus itu. Itu enggak? Tengah-tengah aja taruh, tengah-tengah nanti crop gabungin terus itu. Ini dikit. Atasnya sekarang.
Tapi ini belum selesai.
Apa-apa. Terus yang dua tumpuk dong yang ini.
Tuh apa?
Ini kan base nya nih.
So snappy. Dari mana?
Ini bukan kenapa? Sini ada kulkas ya?
Nggak gitu.
Ayo.
Coba mana lantai 2-nya?
Ini lantai 1.
Yang mana lah?
Bikin ini mau buka ya.
Kaisra.
That's me.
Ngapain nih?
Terus lupa.
Lantai 2.
Snappy.
Terus
Aduh.
Ini kopi apa coklat tuh? Ada.
Kopi. Aduh. Yang kayak gini.
Oh, cek kopinya.
Kenapa?
Ya, saya kira
Just for tomorrow. Hello everybody, my name is Kaiser. I'm going to be a rising junior next year at Mount Lebanon High School. My artist is Iris Scott. She's an impressionism artist, and she finger paints nature themed paintings using oil paints. The paintings could be like pretty big, roughly 8 feet tall, so pretty small paintings. So here is the SWAT that we're gonna build on, and I wanted my building to like match with the neighborhood buildings and not be standing out. It's like it's kind of weird to see a standing out building, and I'm not sure if you can see it correctly. I'm not very likely, but these are like my my original ideas of how I wanted the floors to be, and I don't think you can see this either, but it's the drawing perspective of the building that I wanted. This was like the block that I wanted to, so I could visualize my building even more. Okay, this is the first floor. I wanted the gallery. I wanted the entrance to be like a hallway, so then you'd be able to like see lots of her small paintings through through the hallway, like one from here and one from there. Then when you get all the way here, you can see like it's a big wall, and so she could present her bigger paintings there, and it's gonna be like very surprising and beautiful. There's also an alley archway for people to get through the front to the back, because behind the building is a public garden, and you can there's also pathways through the garden, so I thought that you'd need an alleyway to get through. This is the second floor. This is her private living area, so it's not really public. The stairs would go here, so the stairs is here for the first floor. Then they're gonna come up here and go through to the living room and here's a dining room and kitchen area. This will be her studio where she's gonna paint her art forms, and this will be like a storage area, I guess. So I wanted the second floor to be like, it feels wide and broader, but also enclosed and private. So I wanted to include a sliding door here that will look like this. So it's like giving off a little bit of privacy, but also feeling like you can see, and the rooms are wide open. And there's also a deck outside because she likes to paint nature and stuff, and there's a garden back, so I figured she'd want to have a deck outside that we use and see the garden. So the third floor is going to be her bedroom area. She has a baby. She has a baby right now, and so it's going to be a master bedroom, a bathroom, a nursery, and an office area. And I guess this space would be like a lounge area where she could sit by and do some work or anything. This is the front elevation of the model that I made here. It's not that good, but it's taped on. I guess that's all I have.
Where it actually fits together like Legos. She made some puzzles. There's better. So you get little notches where it all fits together.
The element here, and also arches.
Can you pass it around to the other viewers?
Sure.
Is that okay?
Yeah. So these aren't really, some of the pieces aren't really glued together, so. And the floor and the walls are like separate, so you can separate each of things. The second floor is like, the furniture is stuck to the walls, so.
pass it to your mom. Thank you, appreciate that. Do you have time that shows the garden?
I don't.
You do not, okay.
Yeah, we're out of time.
Future project.
Yeah.
I hope you'll continue working on this because you put so much effort and you clearly enjoy it, right?
I like making crafts.
So my only thought is your alleyway access, which is such a classic Pittsburgh kind of thing. And so you know these kinds of
I
spaces.
saw like from the neighborhood, some of the buildings also had alleyways, so I could just like add them.
Nice. I wonder if, so the only thought I have is whether there might be a possibility of exploring. I know this is complicated because once you go up a level, your building, her floor goes over the passageway.
Yeah.
But I wonder if there's a way of maybe having light wells that would provide at least some sense as you're going through that it's not just like any other alleyway. Because your garden, as you said, is public. And so I think the challenge is figuring out how to ensure that people get that they're supposed to go down that alleyway.
It's a public garden. Like the garden is connected to the other side of the street, so like you can see.
Still, it's still an access, right?
True.
Yeah, another reason why showing the whole garden will help us, right?
Yeah.
So we understand that it's not backing under another house or under another building. But nonetheless, I think that as an architect, you're always trying to imagine, as you have, right? You're talking so eloquently about this beautiful space that you designed for her. How does that alleyway become something that is as interesting as the other parts of the building that you have designed? That's the challenge. And in addition to the possibility of maybe 1, 2, 3 sort of light wells going down, that don't have to be the whole length, but just another thought might be that given that the space immediately beside it is a gallery, there's no reason you couldn't have slots of windows that looked into it and perhaps provided some opportunity for people as they're walking down to look in and see the gallery. Just thoughts,
I was
right?
also thinking that.
Awesome. Okay, so we're on the same page.
I think like the since the alleyways like roof, I think it was gonna be like dark.
I think you're to think,
Dark
so
windows, so-
my contribution would be to ask you to figure out how to, well, the windows themselves become interesting to people in it, right? Because they're lit possibly. Exploration, that's perhaps the next step to consider. But otherwise, please keep working on this. It's really thoughtful and you can tell you there a lot. Awesome.
Thank you.